Hey, thanks for joining. This is News Central, and of course, you are watching Breakfast Central. Don't forget you can follow us on all socials. We're at News Central TV on Instagram, on Facebook. You can also send us a message on the numbers displayed on your screen right now. Well, let's bring you the stories that are making the front pages of the paper this morning. And the very first paper we're starting is in West Africa, Nigeria. It starts with a punch.
Right here on the punch, the first thing right here, the big spread here is federal government to airlift 2,000 Nigerians in evacuation begins this Wednesday, tomorrow precisely. Now, Buhari approves funding as FG tips Airpeace Max Air 4 or 5 airplanes to evacuate Nigerian refugees. Now, that's the big one on the punch. And then up there we have the minister walks out on students protesting ASU strike. Wow, Oluchi. That
was a trending story just yesterday, Elizabeth. I mean, talking about the walking out of the education minister, and a lot of people are coming out and calling for him to resign.
Also, this one says Nigeria's 993.38 billion import from Russia at risk over war. That's a big one right here. One of the implications of the Russia-Ukraine war, and that's what we have on the punch. And then this also says fuel scarcity. Naiti blames subsidy and ex-depot president hits 180 naira per litre. Ex-depot price hit 180 naira per litre. Wow.
All right, then that's from the punch this morning in West Africa. I know this morning coming to work, I saw queues already at the fuel station. But let's head on to Zimbabwe this morning, shall we? We're looking at Newsday this morning. Now, Newsday is all about the election that happened over the weekend, plus ahead of the by-election coming up in March. Now, CCC Kwekwe violence, police finger ZANU PF. That's what it's saying here. You can see the opposition Citizens Coalition for Change leader, that's Nelson Chamisa. This was at a press conference in Harare following the fatal inter-party clashes in Kwekwe on Sunday. Now, this is the major story we have from Zimbabwe in Newsday this morning.
And also, still on the Newsday, we also have something right here. It says police have accused the ruling ZANU PF party of perpetrating the weekend violence in Kwekwe, which left 2 opposition Citizens Coalition for Change supporters dead and 17 injured, with 8 in critical condition.
A very sad situation,
really,
but it's a good thing. We can applaud the police for going swiftly into action by investigating to get to the final end of this situation in Zimbabwe right now. But we're moving on to the Daily Nation in Kenya this morning. The Daily Nation has quite a number of stories. It's still politics in Africa. A lot of African countries right now are preparing for politics and for the election this year. Now we have Decision 2022. Raila Kalonzo's tensions spoil Azimio plans. That's what it's saying here. Kalonzo tensions spoil Azimio plans. That's what it's saying right here this morning. You can see that from the front page of the Daily Nation. Kenyans battling rare diseases. That's a major one you can see on the left-hand side. That's in the health sector. And why Mumias is Miwani in the making. That's what you can see here. CS assures on security during tests. That's another major story right here from the Daily Nation this morning. And the very last one we have is from South Africa, the SOWETAN.
Yes, right on the SOWETAN, right here we see this big one on the screen. It says Ukraine out of our league. Interesting. Wow, it says government advised to leave resolution of Russo-Ukraine conflict to those with clout to make a difference. Now, who are these people with clout? That's quite interesting. Now, this one says Ramaphosa urged to say whether or not he's talking to Putin and Ukrainian president as ANC insists SA as expertise to end war. That's the big one from the SOWETAN. And then up there it says more than just a mere numbers game. That you can find more on that on page 11. Now PSL leaves Bafana coach fuming. This is on the back page of the SOWETAN. And on page 16 it says FIFA bans benefits under 17 girls. And also on page 7, still on the musician Ricky Rick, who passed on last week. It says Ricky opened doors for me. We have to find more on that on page 7 of the SOWETAN.